Alright, welcome to my channel. I'm Aiden and today we're watching Hunter x Hunter episode 1. I'm going into this show based on a recommendation from someone in my comment section from Shadow and Bone. And a quick Google search online said this was a 9 out of 10 show. So I'm looking forward to giving it a go. So I should probably point out that the only anime that I've watched would have been Pokemon in my early years. If you count that, I'm not sure if it even is. It's Americanized, isn't it? So, but even then, I would have only watched the first season or two from the original show. But so that's pretty much what I'm going on, or basing my expectations on. I mean, my biggest concern is obviously going to be the subtitles, which I know a lot of people are used to. But see, I've never really watched anything with subtitles, you know. I've always avoided foreign media. But I know it's kind of ignorant of me to not at least try and give it a go. Because from what I can hear online, there's so many good stories in anime, and I guess foreign film in general. Like I've been wanting to watch Parasite, the Korean thriller, but no, I know that's obviously going to be quite hefty on the subtitles. So I mean, I'm doing this as a test for myself mainly. So I suppose if it goes poorly, you're not going to see it in the first place. But yeah, I'm concerned I'm not going to read fast enough and then still watch what's going on or understand the human emotions behind it, you know. I feel like you kind of connect to certain phrases and stuff in your language and it just isn't going to have the same meaning not in the language. So yeah, you're going to have to forgive me a little bit. It might take a few episodes for me to actually get into it properly, you know, start to get used to reading and watching at the same time. But from what I hear, this is one of the greatest animes ever. And when I was reading online, I was searching for whether Hunter x Hunter would be a decent starting off point for someone who has never seen an anime. And from what the consensus seems to be, this isn't a good start because it stands out above a lot of the other animes within the genre. But I mean, I don't know if I like that argument for the fact that, okay, this is the best thing to watch. So I mean, surely that's a good thing to watch that. If things are worse than this, why would you force yourself to watch it beforehand if it's already a worse product? You know, things will be different, you know. Up until the last season of Game of Thrones, it was a masterpiece, wasn't it? So it doesn't discredit any of the other shows around, Breaking Bad or anything like that, but I suppose we'll see. See, one of my biggest concerns about watching this actually is how will it be difficult to even react to it, you know, create these reaction videos. If I'm reading and I'm watching, can I then articulate what I'm thinking? I'm not a great speaker as it is. But you know, I feel like there's a lot going on at that point. So it might be mostly an end discussion, which if you've seen any of my other videos, I do decently long end discussions anyway. I mean, the main reason I went with Hunter x Hunter anyway is the art style seems interesting, you know, it's very bright and colourful. And from what I can see, the main character is going to become a hunter like his dad, so we're probably going to have a lot of battles, a lot of combat, sort of monsters and stuff like that. I'm not even sure what exactly they're going to be fighting. Is it like Pokemon? Or a Yu-Gi-Oh! Or something, I don't know. I suppose we'll see. Oh, by the way, I'm probably going to be a few episodes ahead on Patreon. If that's something that interests you, you can find the link in my description below. And I suppose depending on how the reactions go for this, maybe I will do full-length reactions as well, so I guess check out there. If you enjoy this reaction, leave a like and comment down below what you think about this episode. And if you've got any tips and tricks for me to get used to it. This is going to be a disaster for me, isn't it? I know it is. So yeah, they've got awesome designs. The art style's sick. The hunters. Hunters, okay, yeah. So are they treasure hunters then? Or I guess both, really. If they're going both after the monsters and the loot. Okay, yeah, so it was a fishing rod, I think. Caught the Lord of the Lake. So I'm guessing that's going to be some massive fish then. There's a chance. There's a chance that he can catch it. His dad did it. Oh, he's got a bite. Come on, mate. I mean, how old is he then? He kind of looks like Ash from the Pokemon series, so. Be careful you're not going to burn the rope out. Or line. Oh yeah, it is a massive fish. Oh, look at that thing. That's some weird lobster-fish combination. Okay, you managed it. The Lord of the Lake. Awesome. It's still alive, apparently. How's she going to react to that? She probably... She sent him on that impossible quest in hopes that he wasn't able to do it so he could stay her little boy for longer, right? So I'm guessing the dad left. There's a Poke Center. It's like the family has some kind of special powers. Special abilities. To be a hunter. In the blood. I wouldn't say that's an amazing thing, right? A man is going to abandon his child for his own greed. I guess his own glory. I mean, he's not a guy to be looked up to. Do it for yourself, not for him. It's a dangerous world out there. We've got 150 episodes of Journey, eh? I mean, this is a fairly similar start to Pokemon, by the looks of it. Except this guy started off being great and Ash wasn't great at all. Yeah, he's got to earn the respect of the rest of the hunters before he can be claiming stuff like that, especially around them. Or scurry off when the captain comes out. How's he going to react to the kid? And the swarming seagulls. think he is special. Tell by the smell. He's gonna burst out laughing or what? His son? Is that his dad? Conveniently matched up very quickly after all these years. That looks like he was right. That's a mega storm as well. That's a strange art style for the nose. Looks kind of like a pig. A flat oinker. So they actually managed to make it out the storm then. Good on him. He's a good captain. They're all crippled. Gon's got some skills as well, and this guy is going to be the sidekick or the villain, who knows. Arigato. So thank you. I mean, to be fair, there might be a good way of actually learning a bit of the language. He is, ain't he? Oh no, okay. So he knows Jing. Well, he isn't actually the dad, okay. Now, I suppose that's true, but I mean, what would this captain want? He's going to hold them ransom or something. But now they're blubbering. Yeah, too stubborn for their own good. I mean, these hunter examinations are going to get quite nasty then, right? I mean, if catching that fish was like the entry point for him to be allowed to start trying to be examined, then it must be a seriously dangerous lifestyle. You need the skills to be able to get to him. He's got to handle it. Fortune, yeah. Yeah, he's so desperate for a life that he doesn't have. A life that isn't actually that important. Ooh. Gonna fight a child. It sounds like the mother instilled quite a good few values into him. It should definitely help him out along the way. They could just stand there with their massive splashing waves hitting them. I don't think that's the case. He's literally going to pull out a knife on a child. Absolute fucking loser. Ah, they both fucked it. Teamwork, there we are. Nice one. He's an actual hero. I mean, I suppose his reasoning for wanting to be a hunter in the first place is a lot more neutral than the others. Yeah, it's awesome. See, it's nice to be rewarded with kindness. It's not all about the funds, you know. Okay, so this is going to be like the unlikely trio. Nice, yeah. I mean, just based on that, I mean, the courage to try and put yourself in that position. It's a good virtue for being the hunter, I imagine. Okay, so that was a pretty good first impression, I have to say, for the show and I guess anime in general. I mean, like I said in the beginning, I really do like the art style of this show. Very colourful, and the idea of them hunting different monsters sounds interesting, definitely. I suppose my question is now, I suppose that will probably be answered in the next episode or two, is it more than just fish, or was that just in general that was where I just happened to be one of them? I imagine that's probably the case, but he did bring his fishing rod, so I'm assuming fishing is going to be a big part of his way of catching monsters then, even if it isn't actually in water. But I'm looking forward to seeing what other kind of beasties we can see how they've been designed and how he manages to handle that situation. He seems to be very good, very sure of himself, especially for his age. I'm assuming he's 10 or 11 maybe. About the same age as Ash would have been when he left Pallet Town. I mean, they did a decent job at introducing, I suppose, 3 of our main characters moving forward. Obviously we've got Gong, and then we've got those 2 others. I didn't pick up on the blonde person's name. See, at first it kind of threw me back a little bit. That was voiced by a woman, right? It sounded like a feminine voice. So I wasn't sure if that was a girl or not, but the captain did refer to him as "you boys." So it was a little bit cheesy, I have to say, when at the end all of a sudden they're all good friends now. After that small little spat when, 10 minutes before they were going to go stabbing each other. Well, I suppose that's part of the anime thing, right? So something to get used to. And to be honest, my biggest concern was the subtitles, and I think I managed them fairly well. They didn't get in the way as much as I thought they would. There were a few bits and bobs that I missed, where I was focusing on the image, and then I didn't see what they were actually talking about. Or at the beginning, where I was busy reading what the hunters were doing. You're hunting monsters, you're hunting for treasure, and then I didn't get enough of a glimpse of the imagery as I would have liked. So I find it difficult to both read and then look up at the actual imagery itself, I suppose once you slowly start building up your understanding of the language itself, you can kind of piece together how the sentences work, so you can kind of skim along, just kind of fill in the blanks almost. At the beginning, when he was catching the King of the Lake, I was almost certain something bad was going to go down. Like, he managed to wrap himself around the tree, and you got the sparks from the line cutting against the tree. I thought it was going to snap and just going to lose it, and it's going to be that kind of climb to get back up, dust himself off, and try again. Again, I know I keep mentioning it. It's the only thing I've got to compare it to, but yeah, Pokemon. The first episode or two, or first few actually, I believe Ash was very much useless. He was learning the skills as he went along. But Gon seems to already be very skilled. He's probably been training his entire life, wanting to follow in his dad's footsteps. So that probably explains it. But then he was doing all those kind of flips and stuff, and that's very anime. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this episode. And yeah, thank you for watching.